Chapter 38. New Horizons. In the aftermath of the epic battle, as the dust settled aboard ship, the reality of their newfound freedom began to sink in. Cora addressed the former conscripts. Her words resonated deeply with Ethan, Jackson, and Maria, each grappling with their transformed lives in the wake of her announcement. Ethan stood amongst the throng of warriors, his mind a whirlpool of emotions. His journey from the depths of despair, driven by the pressures and addiction of social media, to this moment of liberation, was nothing short of extraordinary. He remembered the bleak days when ending his life seemed like the only escape, only to be thrust into an alien war, his body augmented with technology beyond comprehension. The battles, the cleansing of planets, the relentless struggle for survival had occupied his every waking moment, leaving little room to dwell on his past life. Now, as Cora held the Drexarian general's head high, a symbol of their victory and freedom, Ethan felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He was no longer a pawn in an intergalactic conflict, but a being with the power to choose his destiny. The allure of his former life, the one dominated by virtual likes and shares, seemed trivial and distant. He had evolved, become something more than just a human. The choice before him was clear: to embrace this new identity as a guardian of the universe, to be part of a cause greater than any he had known. Jackson, standing beside Ethan, felt a surge of relief and purpose. The thought of returning to a normal life was alien to him now. The battles he had fought, the camaraderie he had forged in the heat of conflict, had reshaped his understanding of what mattered. The Space Lord's ethos of fighting for freedom and justice resonated with him. He had seen the horrors of oppression and the cost of liberty. The choice Cora offered was not just a chance to continue fighting. It was an opportunity to protect others from the tyranny he had experienced. Maria, a few steps away, reflected on her journey. She had been an unwilling participant in this cosmic war, her life turned upside down the moment she was taken from Earth. But in the crucible of battle, she had found strength she never knew she possessed. She had witnessed the best and worst of different worlds, the resilience of the oppressed, and the cruelty of their oppressors. The prospect of becoming a Space Lord, a guardian of the universe, was daunting yet exhilarating. It was a chance to use her newfound strength for a noble cause, to be part of a community united by a shared mission. As Cora finished her speech, a murmur of conversations began to ripple through the crowd. Ethan, Jackson, and Maria joined in, discussing their thoughts and feelings about this monumental choice. They talked about the hardships they had endured, the bonds they had formed, and the future that lay before them. The decision to join the Space Lords was not made lightly. It meant continuing a life far removed from the one they had known on Earth, but it also offered a sense of purpose and belonging. For Ethan, it was a path away from the darkness of his past. For Jackson, a continuation of his commitment to a greater good. And for Maria, a chance to use her strength for a cause that mattered. Ethan, Jackson, and Maria stood together, each holding the pill distributed by the Sirens of Tenebris. This pill symbolized a point of no return, a gateway to a new existence far beyond their previous human limitations. The decision to take it was profound, marking not just the end of their subjugation, but the beginning of a life dedicated to a higher purpose. Ethan held the pill between his fingers, his thoughts of past and future. The weight of his old life, with its shadows of despair and addiction, felt like a distant memory. In its place was a sense of empowerment and clarity. Taking this pill meant not just freedom from the Drexarians, but also embracing a new identity as a Space Lord. It was a chance to rewrite his story, to turn his struggles into a source of strength. He glanced at Jackson and Maria, seeking a silent reassurance in their shared resolve. Jackson, looking down at the pill in his hand, felt a surge of anticipation. His journey had been marked by battles and hardships, shaping him into a warrior in a war he never chose. Yet, in this moment of choice, he felt a sense of urgency he had never experienced before. Swallowing this pill meant stepping into a role he had grown into, accepting the responsibility of protecting others and fighting for a cause greater than himself. He exchanged a nod with Ethan and Maria, a gesture that spoke of solidarity and mutual understanding. Maria, her fingers trembling slightly as she held the pill, was filled with apprehension. The path that had led her here was fraught with challenges and transformations. The decision to become a Space Lord was daunting, but it also represented an opportunity to use her newfound abilities for something meaningful. The idea of being a guardian of the universe, of making a difference on a cosmic scale, was empowering. She looked to her companions, finding strength in their presence and the shared journey that had brought them to this pivotal moment. Together they took a deep breath. In a silent agreement, a mutual recognition of the journey they were about to embark on, they raised the pills to their lips. The act was more than just swallowing a piece of advanced technology. It was a commitment to a new identity, a new purpose, and together, they swallowed the pills. Almost immediately, they felt a rush of energy coursing through their bodies, an indescribable sensation that was both exhilarating and overwhelming. Their senses heightened, their bodies thrumming with newfound power. They experienced the transformation into Space Lords. The change was not just physical, it was a deep, profound alteration of their very essence. They felt their connection to the universe expand, their awareness of the cosmos deepening. They were no longer mere humans. They were part of something greater, warriors in a galactic struggle for freedom and justice. As the transformation completed, Ethan, Jackson, and Maria opened their eyes, looking at each other with a new understanding. They were Space Lords now, bound by a common destiny and a shared commitment to protect the innocent and fight against tyranny.